Hi guys, today I'm talking about our sense of self. There's a lot that goes into why we are the way that we are and why we behave the way that we do. Some factors are inherited through our genetics, and some are influenced through our culture and our environment. Our personalities and our temperaments are oftentimes influenced by our childhood, the way that we were raised, and the temperaments that we had as little kids. So if you think of babies or real little toddler-aged kids who are shy and reserved and hold back from strangers or new people, often grow up to become adults who are shy and don't speak up very often. And on the flip side, little kids who could jump in and make friends with anybody, were fine with strangers, didn't have anything that held them back socially. Oftentimes they grow up to be adults who are outspoken, don't have a problem with speaking in front of other people. So two very different groups of people who are usually influenced by the way that they grew up, which I think is fascinating because I grew up as the most shy little kid you'll ever meet, and I'm still I can speak up, and I do training through my internship, and I'm fine with that aspect of a professional role. But if you put me in a party with 50 people I don't know, I will not speak. And that's just how I am, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. Page 157 talks about temperament and goodness of fit, and I think this part of the chapter was fascinating and really jumped out at me. So the goodness of fit is the quality of the adaptation between a child's temperament and the demands of its environment. So, for example, I mentioned I was shy as a kid. Well, my family's huge. I say this over and over again. We're Ukrainian. We are loud. And, if you've seen that show, Gypsies or whatever it's called on TV, we're not gypsies, but sometimes they can behave like it. They like to party. And that is not me or my sister at all. We are quiet. We like the quiet. We don't like loud, rambunctious, anything. We don't like much noise. So the goodness of fit for us in family parties is a little off. It's nothing wild or dangerous or illegal or anything, but Hope and I really don't enjoy crowds, and we kind of shrivel up and we go off on our own and we hang out together by ourselves. And that's how it's always been. And our cousins sometimes too will join us, and we just kind of hold back and do our own little thing. And the goodness of fit for us with a whole bunch of our family members isn't as strong as someone who can hold their own and speak up and be part of the fun while not feeling too claustrophobic about it. I guess another example of that would be someone who comes from a really reserved family, a really quiet, closely knit family, but that individual is much more open and outspoken, and they like to have fun, and they don't like boring boring environments, and I think their goodness of fit would be off skewed too. They would feel uncomfortable with the silence. I'm very comfortable with quiet and silence. Some people are not. Some people need to constantly be speaking or be in an environment where someone else is always talking. They're not good with just being still. And it would be very uncomfortable for them to be suddenly thrust into that situation where they can't speak or they shouldn't speak. 164 through 165 talk about adolescence and identity formation, which is huge when I think of temperament. Our temperament and our personality can change throughout life, and I saw this a lot in myself and some of my family members when we were teenagers. We were little punks, and we're too good for, family time, whatever. We thought we were big and bad, and as we grew up into adulthood, we realized the importance of spending time with your family and not being mean-hearted, and what regular teen angst would look like. So yeah, our temperaments really can change, and sometimes for the better, especially if you were like me as a teenager. And our identity forms more into who we want to become. We realize the qualities we want to be, and or what we want to have in order to become the adult we want to be. As I grew up, I realized that kindness and gentleness were qualities that I really wanted to have that I did not possess at the time or didn't have much control of. And that's who I wanted to be. I wanted to be a woman who people could come to and know that they would be comforted and listened to regardless of their situation. And as a teenager, that was not me. And I wanted to become that. So my identity was formed based off of what I wanted out of life, and I have a strong faith in Christ, and I wanted my life to reflect my beliefs, and that's a small portion, the kindness that I wanted to be able to show people. I did not have that in my life. So I really do believe that your personality and your temperament changes significantly based on what you want out of your life. If you want to be miserable and a mean person forever, then that's how you're going to stay, because there's no motivation to change. Whether it be your faith or your family or someone you love. It all depends on your life circumstance. So I'm excited to read your comments, and I will see you all later. Bye.